Hello, fellow tube surfers. This is Bubba Drew, and today I am in Gary's mod. Now, I've tried on a few other occasions to try Gary's mod, but most of the time I wanted to just do like prop hunt and stuff like that, and I didn't want to upload the videos because those are other people's servers, and they wanted me to credit their server in the description, which is fine, but I'm not very good at citing things, so I never uploaded those videos. Anyways, I'm actually in Sandbox right now, and just a standard Gary's Mod construct map. I believe that's what this is. Excuse me, the attack of the yawns again. But yeah, this is a standard Gmod map. That's all you gotta know. Today I'm showing off an add-on, or mod, if you will, called Simfphys. The tab's right here, as you can see. Simfphys. I always like to call it Symphysics, though, because that's what it's supposed to be an abbreviation of. But yeah, I actually got quite a few installed. It actually came with the Half-Life 2 pre-war vehicles, and then the Half-Life 2 Synergy vehicles, which are the things that you see actually in the game, except for the Synergy Elite Jeep. I don't remember seeing that. But before I actually jump into that, I want to compare the two, just so you can see something of a difference. So, this is the standard Jeep that you can get with Half-Life 2. It's a buggy, and not actually a Jeep, even though it's called a Jeep. Now I'm going to spawn in the Symphysics Jeep, or buggy, as I like to call it. As you can see, nothing too much as far as looks are concerned. In fact, they're just about identical. If I had to say anything, the Symphysics version is a bit lower to the ground than the standard, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, let's get in the standard Half-Life Jeep, shall we? Alright, so, one thing I must note is Half-Life 2 is based on the Source engine, which is what Half-Life 2 and Portal and Team Fortress and Left 4 Dead use. And all those games are first-person shooters, with some emphasis on physics and all that. And Half-Life 2, most of all, I mean, the standard Jerry's mod, has a lot of the Half-Life 2 stuff. And while these are a bit more simple, to make it a bit easier to play, they're still pretty well simulated, I must say. I mean, there's suspension and all that kind of stuff, and the cars don't feel like they handle too quickly, but they always catch grip. And when you want to hit the E-brake, it's yeah, it's not exactly realistic. It's like a movie-style 180-degree turn. Oh, and I'm forgetting something, aren't I? Let me just hit left shift right now, and you get turbo. Okay. Oh, gee, that. Okay, I did not know you could do that. You could slide out with turbo on. But anyways, I think you get the idea with the way these standard vehicles drive, so we're just going to move on to the Symphysics buggy now. So, as I said before, nothing too different with the Symphysics buggy. I better check and see if this is still recording. Alright, so excuse me for the jump cut. I was actually checking the recording, and I noticed that the screen was cut off, so I went into OBS and I had to shrink the screen back down to the normal. Okay, well, I just hit the mouse. Went skyward. So yeah, I had to shrink the screen down to its normal size, because as you can see now, you can see the health meter. And I want to make sure I have the whole screen, because this is important when I go into the Symphysics buggy. Anyways, here we are. The startup sound effect is pretty much the same, but you'll notice something different in the corner. let me move the cursor to a darker area here. You'll see there's a tachometer, and then there is a speedometer, a fuel gauge. I believe there's also a throttle meter. There's some other indicators. I believe the e-brake one is on right now. And it's pretty detailed, I must say. My voice just went really high there. Okay, so you won't notice anything when it's idling, but it really happens when you hit the gas. The cars don't exactly accelerate as quick as they would have. And the suspension, I think, is a bit more active than it would have been. And the cars are faster, for sure. Okay, oh, and you can catch more air as well. So yeah, that's something. Also, when you hit turbo, if you power as you're turning, it will slide out, as you would expect. And there's some new sounds here and there, like the tire screeching and all that. You can get some maximum deja vu stuff going on, that's for sure. But yeah, I really like this mod. And I believe some of the, some Half-Life, no, not Half-Life, Gary's mod car packs, like standard vehicle packs, are becoming, like, ported to Simfphys, I believe. But I'm not entirely sure. Actually, you know what? I think I better switch to third person. It might be a bit more apparent. I just realized. But yeah, you hit the e-brake right now, and it does things a bit... It does this job better. You can actually, you know, do a proper sideways drift and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think you kind of get the idea. Also, let me despawn these. Let me go and change the map right now, and I am going to show you some of the other vehicles that this mod has to offer. So, change of scenery. We are at the GM Fork map. GM for Gary's mod, not General Motors. This is possibly one of my favorite maps. I'm not gonna lie at all. This is a really well done map. I like the countryside. Somewhere over... Oh, there's a radio tower, a lookout tower, some winding roads. I believe there's a town. Yeah, there's a town over there. I just figured this would be a great big map to showcase some of the vehicles. Okay. First I thought I was going to take fall damage there. Anyways, let's go back into Simfphys here. Now, one vehicle pack that I got that's also a standard one as well as Simfphys is Master Chris's vehicle pack. And in it, it has what may be one of the most iconic cars ever. The frickin' Interceptor from Mad Max. Look at this. It's got like the blue siren. This is the original too, so it doesn't have all the, you know, the bumper cut off or the fuel tanks at the back. This is the original. And it is awesome with a capital A. But enough talk, let's just get in and drive this thing. And I'm gonna go into third person because... Oh, look at the... It's got the blue siren and everything. Look at it. It's so cool. I'm gonna go into third person for a majority of these vehicles just because it's best that way. I love it. This is immediately one of my favorite mods right here. The Mad Max Interceptor with the Simfphys installed. Also, it's pretty fast, as you would expect. Okay, don't want to hit that. Now let's do some off-roading with this thing. It's not exactly designed for off-roading, even though that's what the Road Warrior version of it would have been able to do. Actually, now that I think of it, not a lot of people have seen the original Mad Max movies. Like, oops. Well, I don't want to destroy this thing. It's the last of the V8 Interceptors. That wouldn't be good. But yeah, as I said, this is from the original movie from like 1979. I think it's rather underappreciated, that's for sure. Oh, I'm forgetting the turbo button as well. Let me get lined up here on the bridge. Just a nice straightaway, and we're gonna boost it. Oh, that engine sound. That sound is awesome. Actually, you know what? Okay, you can definitely pull off some more complex driving maneuvers as well. Like right there, I tried to pull off a J-turn or a reverse 180 or a Rockford, whatever you want to call it. You know what? We'll do it again. I think it's I gotta show it off. There we go. It's easier to do stuff like that. Oh, we're getting a bit squirrely there. Also, there's a damage meter as well. Shows how your car's doing as far as health is concerned and all that. You can damage out your car. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna drift this thing. Okay, that didn't go as expected. Anyways, I think we've had enough of the Interceptor. Never thought I'd say that, because this thing is... Well, I can't get enough of this car, that's for sure. Look at this thing, it's like menacing. I would not want to see that in my rearview mirror. Just saying. I'd rather be the one who is behind the wheel of it. Anyways, moving on. Let's see here, what do we got? Oh, there's a chair, or couch for some reason. Don't know why. I don't know why this exists in this mod, but oh well. Talk about a lazy boy, that's for sure. Does this thing have boost? Okay, just a little bit. But it doesn't really increase the speed or anything. I want to know why exactly this is included in the mod. Like, of all things, why was a couch included? Okay, we're gonna get out of that. And we're going to go down the list. There's this one called Digger Cars, and there's some pretty interesting ones here. There's the Reliant Regal and the Super Van. I'm going to do the standard Reliant Regal right now. Interesting little three-wheeled car. You may actually recognize the name Reliant. Oh, look at the key there. It's got like a little dangly thing. And owner's manual. You may actually recognize Reliant from the TV show Top Gear. They had a car called the Robin, and this is kind of the predecessor of the Robin. Also, it sounds a bit beefier than it should. Okay, well, just like in Top Gear, it's a bit topsy-turvy, that's for sure. Look at this thing. Can't turn more than 20 miles an hour, or kilometers per hour, and that's not even... That'd be like 10 or so miles per hour, I believe. Okay, okay. Oh no, there's a grade right there. Yeah, that sounds way too beefy to be a... Oh, okay. Also, you notice in the interior, there's like a fourth wheel that I guess substitutes as the, well, the fourth wheel that should be in the front. Or maybe it's supposed to give the effect of flipping over. Okay, well, that is the biggest crash I've had with this thing yet. I think you kind of get the idea at this point. Let's see here. Yeah, some of these cars, I wonder how exactly he modeled, or what he got the models from, because this thing, this Packard, I've never seen it in a game before. Anywhere. Okay, well, there's something... I think something's going wrong with it, actually. Look at this thing. This is like, oh, okay, it's about to blow up. Okay, I better despawn it. I'm just going to respawn this one, because I really want to drive this one. Because it's kind of the most unique of the bunch. Okay, so I jump behind the wheel of this thing. It always spawns stuck in the ground for some strange reason, though. Huh. Okay, yeah, I guess this isn't gonna work out with that one. Alright, anyways, let's go down. Oh, and I got some Gotham vehicles. I believe these are from the game Batman Arkham Knight, which is a really cool one. All it's missing is the Batmobile, though. Might as well get one of them out. Alright, there's this thing. I can't remember what it was called, though. Let me see. That is not... I've seen a Mustang before. That is not a Mustang. I'm just going to throw that out right there. I mean, it's kind of a mishmash of cars, actually. Kind of reminds me of like one of those old Chevy Caprice classics, almost. Something along the lines of that. Interior is not exactly the best of detail, but then again, this is more of a background car. Also, it's a little bit loud. I always like it when there's a bit more normal cars in the game as well, though. I can say that right now. Yeah, with some of these, you can't really even tell that it's using Simfphys. It just looks standard. Also, I'm going to have to use turbo as I drive this thing, because it's not very fast. You know we're going to do a drift? Okay. Ooh, that was actually... I was about to say, that was actually pretty good, and then I slid out. Alright, dang it, I want to showcase most of the vehicles that I got, but I don't want to, because I want to kind of leave it to you guys to discover what they're like. Okay, you know what, let's start with one of the pre-war cars. I'm going to start out with the Trabant. That's way too far away. Alright, here we go. As you can see, it's a Trabant. It uses the same model, just a little bit cleaned up. For those of you who don't know, I started out the channel playing a game called Jalopy. I did not do that. And the car in that game was actually a little Trabant, so this is kind of like coming full circle. It's just a neat little station wagon version of it. Also, it sounds like it has more of a high-performance motorcycle engine than a two-stroke, two-cylinder engine. But oh well. Let's see how good this thing can drift. This is a front-wheel drive car, so it shouldn't get sideways too well. Of course, you gotta hit turbo with cars like this. Okay, oh jeez. Right into a tree. Huh. Interesting. Alright, getting out of there. I'm thinking about I'm going to showcase a few vehicles, like a few more vehicles. But I'm actually going to do something with them that Simfphys also has. Let's see here. What can I do? Show those. Oh! Yeah, I remember these. Okay, let me take the Jeep Cherokee out. Just a bit more of a normal car, as you can see. Nothing too different about it. You can barely see the interior, though. Okay, well, I don't know why I started in reverse, but I guess that's what we're doing. Doesn't exactly sound like a Cherokee, but oh well. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, I guess you could say. Drives pretty good, but as per usual, the normal cars and Simfphys are a bit slower. Also, I feel like that speedometer is a bit inaccurate because it says kilometers per hour, but the way everything moves around you makes me feel like it actually is miles per hour. Just saying. Anyways, we're gonna get out of this thing. I'm going to go to the tool gun. Oh yeah, I forgot I messed around with some thrusters last I played this. And I'm going to go to Simfphys. You have Sound Editor. You have Sound Editor Miscellaneous. You have Suspension Editor. You have Transmission Editor. You have Vehicle Duplicator, Vehicle Editor, my favorite, and Wheel Model Editor. I did not realize you could have... you could do camera. Wow. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to make the offset, well, huge, and we're going to have the camber also huge. We're going to stance this thing out. I didn't think it was going to be that drastic, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. You know what else we're going to do? We're going to go to the vehicle editor. We're going to get this thing... Oh, I already have it turbocharged as well. But we're going to supercharge it and give it a rev limiter as well. We're going to give it maximum torque. Okay, and then we're going to... I believe you could go to the wheel and... Ah, yeah, there we go. I'm going to up the traction just a little bit. Alright. Do it again. Jump behind the wheel. Zzz. Oh, I just realized that roof rack's painted on. Okay, I'm already noticing a difference in the power. Oh no. Oh jeez, this is not... What have I done to this poor Jeep Cherokee? Oh, it's a wheelie machine now though. I can say that for sure. This is... I could go to like a modern car show right now and I would be the stuff, that's for sure. I mean, I got a ride that's been lowered, it's been cambered, stanced, offset. All I need now is some sticker bombs as well. Okay, I've had enough of this thing already. Gonna despawn that monstrosity. And I think I'm going to go back to the wheel model editor. We're gonna get that back to zip. We're gonna forget I ever even... Dang it, why can't I do it now? There we go. 0 and 0. Now I'm actually curious. I'm gonna actually try and do a wheelie car. See if I can get a car to do a wheelie. And I feel like the best way to do that is to take one of the pre-war cars. We're going to start with a bit of a different one, though. Let's do the... Let's do the Golf, actually. That seems like a pretty innocent-looking car. Looks a bit weird for a Golf, though. Alright, so we're going to go in here. From what I know, what you need is some power. Obviously. You need some torque and you need some grip, though, as well. I believe. So we're going to do that. Okay, so. Traction bias. Negative value will get more understeer. Positive value will be more oversteer. No, I'll increase the traction even more this time around. And we'll go kind of match the cursors up. And that should do it. Just the most innocent looking Golf, and I'm about to turn it into a sleeper. Okay, oh geez, that's great. Oh, well, it does reverse wheel. Okay, yeah, it does wheelies, that's for sure. I've created a monster. But it's my monster. Okay, oh, 2 wheels. Right there. You can do some crazy stuff with the editor in this game, that's for sure. In this mod, I should say. Well, you can do crazy stuff in Gmod in general. Okay, we're gonna give this thing... Okay, I was just trying to do a burnout right there. And it... Okay, we have it like that, and... Okay, so don't hit turbo. That's pretty much a death sentence. And the e-brake doesn't work anymore. Don't even need the e-brake. You just turn right around. Well, there you have it, I guess. If you want to have a wheelie car, you can totally have one with this mod. With a little finesse, of course, that's for sure. But yeah, this is Sim Physics. This is me demonstrating this, well, awesome mod, really. Okay, I can't control this car. But yeah, if you're ever looking for something that's entertaining for this game, find this mod. Go on the workshop, type in Simfphys on the search workshop bar. It is an awesome mod. But anyways, okay, that's the ground. If you like this video, then feel free to leave a comment saying so. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all later.